The ultimate guide to packing your luggage. And what do I know about packing luggage? Well, I've flown over 1 million flight miles and stayed in hotels over 1,000 nights, and so I've packed a few suitcases. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how I pack my carry-on, which I'm going to do right here for a trip I'm taking in the very near future. I'm going to tell you how it changes when I pack a check-in bag. I'm also going to show you everything that I pack in my backpack that I take with me, and I'm also going to show you what's inside my toiletry kit right here. All right, this video is sponsored by Level 8 Cases. More about Level 8 later, but right now they're having their 20% off Black Friday sale. Link description below with the code for that. All right, so, and actually the case I've got right here, this is a Level 8 glitter suitcase, one of my favorite from Level 8, and this is the one I'm gonna be packing into here. So the first thing to do whenever I pack is I always like lay out all of my stuff that I'm gonna put in my suitcase. And so right here, I've got all of the things that are gonna go in here. This, for me, takes about 30 minutes because I travel so often, it doesn't take that long to put it out here. If you're going on a longer trip, then you might spend a couple days laying your stuff out to make sure you've all visually got it, and then you put it in your suitcase. I feel like the #1 mistake newbie travelers make is just starting to put things in their suitcase, and then they forget things because they can't see it all. So the first thing I like to start with putting in my suitcase are my biggest things, and for me, they're my shoes. These are my size 14 Hoka Bondi shoes, and you know, putting a shoe directly in a suitcase, that's no good because shoes are dirty and you don't want to get all your clothes dirty. You could certainly put them in plastic shopping bags or paper bags, but I like shoe bags like this. They're specifically designed for shoes. These are from Eagle Creek, but a ton of other companies make them. You basically, or this one's from Packet Systems, that one's from Eagle Creek. I don't know. No, Eagle Creek Packet Systems is what they call the thing. Anyway, it's just a really durable bag. It has a handle on it. You put the shoe in it just like that. And so then I put it in the side of my bag that has the handle. So like every suitcase that has handles will have these bars in it where the handles generally go. And so that's where I put the shoes because they can line up with one side of that handle. And then I put my other shoe in the bag already just so you don't watch me spending time on the shoes. Now I put them in this way for a very particular reason because I want to use this space in the middle. I have my toiletry kit right here that has all of my soap, shampoos, toothpaste, brush, everything I need in the bathroom is in this case right here. Because I travel so much, I never unpack it. Like, all of these things are travel items, and so if you're gonna travel a lot, you could consider just getting a travel toiletry kit where you pack all those things. And so I go ahead and I put that right snugly between the shoes right there. Now, what do I do with this other space over here? It's kind of an odd shape, so this is where I just go ahead and take my socks. In this case, I like these smart wool, merino wool socks. I've got 3 pairs of these socks right here. I should point out, this is a 2-night trip that I'm packing for. If I was packing for more, I might have more of other things, but I always carry 1 more sock and 1 more pair of underwear than I really need, because I don't ever want to run out of those things, especially if my trip goes 1 day longer. I've got a pair of white socks that I'm going to use on my travel day back. I've got a pair of dressy socks that I'm going to use if I have to be dressy. And then I got 3 pairs of underwear, and I go ahead and stuff those right in there. If you needed to get more space, like if I'm really running out of room, then what I will do, instead of packing them in like that, is I will take my socks and I will pack them inside of my shoes. People don't often think that the inside of your shoe is room, but you know what? Sure enough, now that those socks are inside of that shoe, I've got more space that freed up inside my suitcase right there. Okay, this side of the bag is packed, and so I can go ahead and zip that up a little bit. Now I've got this side, and this is the flat side of a suitcase. And so on the flat side of the suitcase, you're gonna wanna put anything that you have that's big that maybe you don't wanna fold up or roll up. Right here, I've got a pair of long pants that I'm just kinda gonna put right in there. If you were carrying like a suit or something like that, you might put that in there as well. And now I've got some t-shirts. And so there's always this question I feel about, do you roll or do you fold clothes? And so you'll notice the socks that I have, I just kept them flat because rolling them up doesn't make them much smaller. The underwear, I roll. These shirts that I'm gonna put in here, I've got one black undershirt, I've got one Yellow Productions Crew black shirt, and I've got my bamboo polo for when I wanna look nice. This is by Care Aloha. It's made of bamboo as the fabric, and the great thing is, it doesn't smell. No matter how much I smell, this shirt never smells. It's really amazing. I will wear that back on the travel day on the plane. I'll wear a similar shirt when I am flying on the plane. And then in this case, I got room, so I'll just take my Yellow Productions yellow shirts and put them in there. My pajama shorts and pajama shirt, I roll them up because I don't really care if they're wrinkled all that much, and so I put those in there. I've got a selfie stick. I've got a toothbrush. I really like this toothbrush. This is a Philips USB-C chargeable toothbrush. This toothbrush actually has a USB-C plug on the bottom right down here, and it's a power toothbrush. Bzzz, it buzzes, and I can charge it on the road. I don't have to have a separate charger for it. It's really small, it's nice, so if you want an electric toothbrush, consider this Philips USB-C chargeable toothbrush. My selfie stick, because it's kind of big, that'll also go here on the side. If I had an umbrella or anything, I would pack it over there. And I got a pair of shorts that I'll toss in here too, because you never know when I might want to go for a run or go in a pool or something like that. So I always make sure to travel with a pair of shorts. All right, I am not done packing this suitcase because I will generally have something that I'll put in here between the two halves, and it's something that I'm gonna need like to access right away when I get to the other side. So if I am traveling with my day bag, my Metro Safe Pack Safe bag right here, this is where I have like my camera gear when I'm out shooting, but when I travel, it will be empty of camera gear, and I'll just go ahead and pack that in between the two halves and then close it in there. Or if I'm going to cold weather places, I might pack one of my jackets. My two main jackets that you see me in, this is one of them. This is a Mountain Hardwear fleece. I love Mountain Hardwear. They're so warm and they're so soft, and of course they're yellow. In this case, because it's going to go in the middle of these two things, I will fold this up. I will put the sleeves in a little bit right here. Then I will fold these two sides in like this, and then I'll fold it maybe one way or something like that. So it goes in right like that, then fold that over. Or if I'm going to some place that's rainy, then I will take my North Face yellow rain jacket, which keeps me quite dry. And so then you can see if I have this in there, that just zips up kind of like that. And there we go. That is a packed Yellow Productions carry-on suitcase. Always adorned with my stickers so that I know which ones they are and other people don't make a mistake about which ones they are. So now, how does this translate into a carry-on? Like, how am I gonna pack differently if I'm packing to carry on? Well, then I will use packing cubes, because if I'm going in a carry-on, I'm likely going for more days, and so keeping my stuff organized or separated is more important. And so you can see in this case, when I use the packing cubes for my shirts, I will roll them like you see over here. These are already pre-rolled to save some time, but there are four Yellow Productions shirts that are right here, and I'll go ahead and just put them in that packing cube, and then I will zip that right up, and now I have a very tidy case to find my Yellow Productions shirts. I will do this for a separate one for underwear, a separate one for socks, a separate one for sleepwear, things like that. So I generally will put like clothes in these packing cubes. They sell small ones, they sell gigantic bigger ones, but the reason why I don't use these when I'm packing carry on is because these take space too. And if I'm just going for a couple nights, it's not that much to just kind of like kind of toss the stuff in there and look through it as you go. But if you're going on a trip for like a couple weeks and you're not planning to do laundry, and so you got like a couple weeks worth of clothes, then having these types of things to organize your stuff and keep it separate. You might be going to destinations that are warm weather destinations and cold weather destinations, and separating all that stuff, I think, can be tremendously useful. Now, if I am taking dress clothes, this is something that really helped me early on in my travels. Chris, how do you travel with dress shirts without them looking all awful? When I go to the dry cleaners, instead of getting them back on hangers, I ask them to be folded and bagged. And so this is one of my dress shirts from Costco, Kirkland dress shirt of all places. They're really good dress shirts from Costco. And so I have a stack of these ready to go. Anytime I need a dress shirt, I just take one of these. If I don't have something folded like that, then I also have these Eagle Creek packing things that you can like fold a shirt in. And so the way this works is, I need a new shirt. Where's the new shirt? Where did I put all of my shirts? Haha, they're under here. Right. So if I wanted to fold one of these shirts using this instead of rolling it, then it's got this kind of like semi-rigid thing. And the way this works is you put this down here, you put this in the middle, and then you flip this over this way. You basically use this board as a way to fold it, and that board helps you make it precisely the size of this thing. And see, now that I have a shirt that is precisely the size of this packing container, I can pull that out. I can use it to fold another shirt. It's got instructions about how you fold pants and all those things on it. And then I put that on top. It's got Velcro on all of the sides. And then I can have a well stacked up folded set of dress shirts or polo shirts or aloha shirts or things like that that I don't want to get wrinkly. If I am traveling with something that I've got over here, if I am traveling with a business suit, then what I do is I've got a suitor right here. So this, you can buy them separately, or some suitcases will include them. And if you get it included with the suitcase, it's really better for the one you're going to pack because it is designed to be the size of that suitcase. And so what the suitor is it is a thing to really help you pack something like this. So you notice it unfolds three ways. It has this foam thing so that when you fold it, it doesn't make a hard crease. It has a thing here that you actually put on the hanger. So you would like take a suit or a dress or something like that with the hanger and everything, and keep it in the plastic bag that comes from the dry cleaner, because the plastic bag itself helps prevent wrinkles. And then you go ahead and put this in here just like that. And you see it's like this would clip over the top hanger on the top. These clips go in here to keep things steady. This Velcros over this way, and then there's two more clips over here, and then there's two more clips, but you don't need to see me clip them. Well, actually, the reason why the clips are there is so that it doesn't kind of like flop over as you fold it. All right, so we get all those things clipped in there, and then we just fold once, fold twice, and zip it up, like that. And now it is a perfectly folded sport coat or suit or dress that will not be extremely wrinkled on the other side because it doesn't jiggle, it doesn't wiggle, the folds are good, and you can see these things are designed to fit right inside a carry-on suitcase. Now, I've got some more packing theory tips that I want to share with you, but before I do that, I want to share a message from our sponsor, which is Level 8 Suitcases, and that is that right now, they're having their pre-Black Friday sale, 20% off if you use this code PREBF20 on the Level 8 website. 20% off everything. 20% off carry-ons, 20% off check-ins. My carry-on that I'm using for this trip, and I've used for quite a few trips and I really like, is the glitter carry-on right here. well-built, sturdy, inexpensive. The one I've got right over here, this is called the Voyager case. You can see it comes in yellow. If you're looking for a check-in case, I really like the Voyager check-ins. It has a unique wide handle on it that takes up the entire thing. So that's pretty cool. And so if you've been looking for a new suitcase and you're itching to buy something for Black Friday, now is the time. Sales going through the end of November. All right, before I go into what's in my backpack and my toiletry kit, I want to take some comments from the live chat. SoCal Seth says, I love me some packing cubes. And if my computer didn't go asleep, then that would have appeared over there on the screen. Well, we'll hit the live chat up in just a moment. And see, I got a mouse over here. All right. This is the thing about doing this in a non-standard configuration is my IT is all in different places. All right, so James says, that's a good-looking suit. I'm glad you like it, James. Brandon says, last trip we did something like that with the shirt dress bag. Seth says, if it does wrinkle, you can use the steam in a shower along with a hairdryer. That's one that I definitely do as well. Actually, the dress shirts that I have packed in the bags like that, I will unfold them all when I get to the destination. I'll hang them up in the shower and then run the steam in the shower, and that works well to get out the little wrinkles. Seth also says he has a good Aloha shirt. Amy also loves packing cubes, and Janelle says I should come out with a line of Yellow Productions packing cubes. We would all purchase them. Janelle, I'll see and figure out if I can do that. I should have some yellow packing cubes. You are absolutely right. And Grant says, I may have missed it. Which case is that? This one is the level 8 glitter case, glitter carry-on, and this one is the level 8 Voyager case. All right, so now I want to show you what is in my backpack. So this is half of what I've packed for the upcoming trip. And then the second thing that I packed, I'm going to just kind of wheel this off camera over there, or slightly off camera. All right, I'm going to wheel this off camera right there. And let's go ahead and go through my backpack. So this is another one where this just, because I travel so much, this rarely gets unpacked. It's got a number of different pockets in it, and so I'm going to walk you through what's in those different pockets. There's this like top little pocket up here that has little random stuff in it. What have I got in this top random pocket? Let's see. I give a lot of presentations when I travel, not to make videos, but when I'm yammering in places like conferences and things like that, and so I have a Logitech clicker, click, 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 to advance slides when I do PowerPoint. I have 3 chapsticks. 2 are by Burt's Beeswax Lip Balm, and 1 is something I got from a United Amenity kit. I tend to get these rashes on my lips that sometimes people call kids rashes, impetigo, and so I carry this medicine, mupirocin. It's an ointment that helps me if I ever get that again. But so any medicine that I need with me, I always have in this, because sometimes these things might need to get checked. I have an eye mask so that if I want to go to sleep, I can pull that right out of there. And then I have a USB-C charging cable so that if I'm getting a rental car, I can plug this in and charge it. Though I found more and more of the newer cars end up with USB to USB-C, so this is a USB-A to C, like the big fat cable to the small cable, and I think I'm gonna have to add a C to C up here. I've got a ton of more USB cables that I travel with, but I put this in here just so it's easy to get when I get in the rental car. That's why I have in my little top easy to get to pocket. In the next pocket, which is right here, what I carry in this pocket, it has a big pocket for a laptop, so I'll carry this laptop right here. This is a MacBook Pro in that pocket, and then I will also carry my iPad mini. My iPad mini is what I use to watch movies or TV shows or things like that on the plane. Generally, I have Disney Plus or Netflix or Amazon Prime. In fact, I subscribe to all 3. And I download the shows and then just watch them right here. Now, what do I listen to those shows on? Those are in the next pocket over here. I've got these Sony noise-canceling headphones. The Sony models have all these like super bizarre names that they call them, and of course they don't print it on there, but these are the ones that end in 4. Like the WRX 1004, 4001, I don't know, something like that. I'm going to do a stream in December where I talk about like all the travel accessories you want, and I'll talk more about these in that video. But I've had a bunch of Bose noise-canceling headphones and things like that, and I found these to be quite superior. They connect via Bluetooth, and they also have a cable that comes with them, and also a airplane adapter. I like that they fold up like this so that they get small. The newest noise-canceling headphones from Sony's, I'll call them the 5s, they don't fold up like this, and so I don't like those as much because they're really just too big. So now what's under this will be any camera gear that I'm taking with me. It goes under this. In this case, I have the DJI OM3. This is the small little gimbal camera that I travel with. I like it. I shot a lot of the Disney cruise footage on this. You just flip it open and then the gimbal comes out. Super easy to use, super compact. Though this is small and compact in this little case, but then that bigger case that I showed you, that's like all of the accessories and charging things that need to go with it. Then under that, I have this. This is my bag of electronics accessories, and so inside of it I have everything a YouTuber would need. I have a little 3-prong extension cord that folds up just like this. You see it's got 2 plugs. It's got this thing that folds over just like that. I've got a bag of a ton of USB cables. I'm not going to pull all these out of here, but this is C to C, A to C, B to C. Any USB cable you could ever want is in this bag right here. This is a bag by ANA that I got as like one of my business class amenity kits or something like that. I try to put those things to good use. I have the big charger for my MacBook Pro. I have a battery charger for my Sony camcorder, so I can charge multiple batteries at the same time. I have a SanDisk 2 terabyte flash drive. I have a, let's see, we should go to this USB charger first. A 4-port Anker USB charger. I have another 2-port USB charger. I have another power delivery charger that'll sort of like output something like it's not quite as big wattage, but if I want to charge my Sony A7S III or something on the road while I'm also charging my laptop, then that's what the second one's for. I have one more USB charger. What is this one for? Well, 2 things I always travel with are these little USB lights, and so this is a flexible LED light that you plug in via USB. They're not very bright, but they flex around, and so I use these as night lights. If I'm in a really dark room and I need to see where I'm going, this is what I use to help me see where I'm going. And then finally in here, I have some AAA batteries, and I have a couple of these plugs that'll go from grounded to not grounded, so that if I need to plug things in and I'm in maybe like a European hotel or an old hotel that doesn't have ground plugs, I can use these adapters to get rid of my ground plug. And then I have the USB-C to USB-C cables that would charge a Mac or connect the Osmo 3 in this bag. Okay. What's next in this backpack? In this next pocket, this is like the organizer part of it, where I got like a bunch of pens that are in there. I have been starting to travel with this iAudi vent clip cell phone mount. So when I go to a cell phone in a car, this is what I put in there. It's got 2 pieces. It's got this thing that like plugs into the vent and this thing that clips onto it. It's been okay. I don't know that I love it all that much, but it's been okay. In these little pockets, I have all of my like travel cards. I keep Yellow Productions crew stickers for anybody who wants a sticker. And then finally, there's a front pocket that's just empty. And then in the pocket right before it back here, I would call this my like snack pocket. So I always carry cough drops because even if I'm not sick, I talk a lot and my throat might be tired, and so then it helps to have some cough drops that I can just lubricate my mouth with. I carry Kind bars, so if I am on an airplane and there's no food, I can eat these Kind bars. I carry Tums because sometimes I get some acid buildup in my tummy, and then if I need more acid buildup, then I have this Costco acid controller tablet. All right, that is everything in my backpack that goes along with everything you saw in the check-in. Next, I want to show you what I put in my toiletry kit over there, and then we'll talk about some packing theory. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take some comments. Brandon says, I keep pens with me wherever I go. Very cool. And EJ says the same thing. EJ says, any issues bringing your electronics and batteries? I've had no issues carrying this set of electronics and batteries. Sometimes people do look at my like through the x-ray machine and they go like, do you have a Best Buy shelf in there? And so one of the reasons that I carry all the cables and stuff in this red case is often when I go through the x-ray things in airports, I will take this out. I will take this out of this bag because this is the thing that they often go like, dude, what the heck is that? Is that a bomb? They open it up, it's clearly not a bomb. And then that way if they have to search something and they want to search this, they don't have to search through all my junk. They just go ahead and search through this. And James asks, what is the brand of backpack? This is a JanSport Odyssey 39. This probably is like 10 years old or something like that. Is it the best backpack? I don't know, but it's the one I've been traveling with for a very long time. EJ also has acid reflux, and Kathy says, we needed that LED light on the cruise. I know, cruise ships, like the room gets so dark, right? And so just having a dim light really helps. And yes, we did use that on the Disney cruise, in fact. Okay, let's see. Janelle says, the thought of traveling with so many electronics stresses me out, but thank you for doing these videos. Yeah, I guess that's the plight that comes with making videos, is having to carry a lot of cameras and carry all these electronics and things to charge it, but I can't make the videos if I don't. Dakota says, I don't bring a laptop, I carry an iPad. The reason why I bring the laptop is so that I can offload all my footage from all my cameras onto this. This I keep in the room. Having had cameras stolen in the past, it is nice to have a copy back in the room that somebody can't steal. I guess the housekeeper could totally steal this too, but when I'm on the road, I will every night take all the footage off all my cameras, cell phone, whatever, put it on this thing, and then while I sleep, upload it to Google Drive. So even if this thing got nicked, then I would have a copy in the proverbial cloud, as they say. And you says, related to things being stolen, that I should make a video about how to keep it safe while in the hotel. All right, I will keep that in mind. Okay, so now, that was,
and I'm going to start you on the second floor of Departures Hall so that we can go check out the butterfly garden.
That was so not the button I wanted to hit. All right, I'm back with you now. Okay, so what's in my toiletry kit? It's over here. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Chris, you just packed this, and now you have to open it. I know, but that's okay. And by the way, I am a pre-packer. I will pack, even though it's pretty easy for me to pack, I will pack days before I go on a trip. I will pack it and just have it packed up, and it gives me great peace to know I am all packed for the trip. Sometimes I have packed for multiple trips at the same time, where I'm only home for a day or a half day before I go on the next one, and in that case I will pack one suitcase for one trip, I'll pack the other suitcase for the other trip, I will move maybe the toiletry kit over there, and then I'll just go ahead and go with that other suitcase. Or I'll just have all the clothes laid out, ready to go in instead. All right, so in this toiletry kit right here, 3-tier toiletry kit. First thing, razor. This is a Braun Series 7 electric razor. Is it weird to shave on YouTube? Anyway, I just pointed that out to say I am definitely a fan of the electric razor. I like the Series 7. it never leaves this travel kit. It's just in here. I have another electric razor at home, and I always carry the charger with it. That way I charge it while I am out and about, and I don't charge it when I'm back at home. I don't want to take any of these things out of this case to forget putting them back in again. In this little top thing, I keep my last piece of medicine, which is my Claritin D. I have a lot of allergies, and so this helps decongest me when I go on flights. I talked about this in a previous live stream, and a doctor friend said, Chris, I don't recommend these for a lot of people because they keep people awake. He recommended Afrin nasal spray. I bought it. I haven't used it yet, but the Claritin D is what I tend to use. I carry some Glide floss and some Q-tips and an emergency nail file in case I need to file my nails. In the big pocket right here, I don't like to stink, so for deodorant, I carry this Molten Brown deodorant. It is not the cheapest deodorant in the world, but I like the smell of it. Sunscreen's really important. I have 2 sets of sunscreen in here. I have this Sunbum Face 50. This thing costs like $15. And then I have the Target Sport Sunscreen, SPF 50, SPF 30. This I just slather around everywhere. This one I use on my face. They're both pretty good waterproof-wise. I have a bag in case I need to put some liquids in it. What's in it? Little thing of Neosporin in case I get hurt and I need to put some antiseptic ointment on there. A Tide pen in case I spill something on my shirt so that I can help clean that up. And you never know when you'll need some Band-Aids because you get hurt, and so I got a few Band-Aids that are in there. Are Band-Aids liquids? They're not, but I can toss all these things in here. Ostensibly, I never put my liquids in this bag, and I go through security all the time, and they never hassle me about this small set of liquids. The last kind of liquid thing I have in here is this Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion. I don't know, like every hotel back in the day used to have lotion, and now they don't have lotion. They're getting cheap, so I have to carry my own lotion. In this bag, I have my nail trimming accessories. I have one of these big, like, nail clippy things like this, dun, 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 to clip like toenails or big thumbnails. These are from Japan. They are made in Japan. They'll catch the trimmings. They've got a little file that's at the bottom. And then I tend to use these like nippers to cut the nails into kind of the sides. These are by Revlon. These have been confiscated once. When I was carrying on in Singapore, they saw these and were like, this is too sharp. And so they confiscated this out of my carry-on. Nobody else has confiscated these out of my carry-on. And because they are sharp, I carry them in this. This is from United. This was an amenity kit I got back in the day. And then I also have a set of tweezers right here. Tweezers. In case I get a splinter or something like that I need to take out of my finger. Because boy, if you've got a splinter in your finger, to try to find a pair of tweezers can be pretty hard. What else is in here? I carry a thermometer. COVID, all sorts of things. Good to know if you're actually running a fever or not. I carry some toothpaste. What is this? Crest toothpaste. I don't have an affinity to any particular toothpaste, but I think I got this in another amenity kit. I got like a ton of these things from all the airline amenity kits, so I just bring those travel size ones. And then to comb my hair, I like these brushes that it's a travel brush, so it folds like this. It folds open. These bristles, how do I show you this? They pop up. You press here on the back. And then the bristles, they kind of like pop out. So there the bristles are in, now the bristles are out, and then I can just go ahead and brush my hair. And that's it. That's what is in the toiletry kit. This is something I said I would do a while ago, and many people were like, Chris, when are you going to go through the toiletry kit? And now all my toiletry secrets have been officially unveiled. Okay, and let's go do some comments from the live chat, and then we'll talk about some packing theory, and then we'll do final Q&A, and then we'll give away Yellow Productions cruise shirt, as we always do. Janelle says, I can't stand the new Hilton Chains wall shampoo conditioner. I can't stand any of the hotel chains general wall shampoo conditioner. I agree. I love the little bottles. They used to be better. Now that they've gone to the common ones, they're really kind of like mediocre and awful, I find. And Michael says, well, hey, if you like those things, go to the MGM on the Strip. They still offer the travel size. I take it home with me. Awesome. Thank you, MGM, for still being a leader in that. And EJ says, no issue with any of your medication going overseas. The Claritin D is not allowed in some countries, namely Japan, and so I do check that out before I go, but you can tell I don't carry a ton. Claritin D, because it's over the counter here and it's prescription in some other countries, does make an issue, but you know, it's another one where, like, if I only carry 5 pills, I try not to carry very many, so that if somebody is like, hey, what about this? I'm like, you can go ahead and take it. It's fine. It's not, you know, something more controlled, like, marijuana or heroin. Janelle says, do you travel weekly for work? I wouldn't say weekly, but I would probably say I travel at this juncture about twice a month. I would say I'm taking a trip someplace. EJ says, do you have travel insurance? I do not purchase travel insurance. I have a whole video all about travel insurance. The reason why, for me, our healthcare, we are members of Kaiser Permanente in Southern California, which is a big HMO, health management organization, insurance policy. Kaiser covers us wherever we are. Like in the world, we can get medical care and get it reimbursed through Kaiser. So there's no reason for us to get really travel insurance for medical coverage. And then the things like trip delay insurance or all that sort of stuff, I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, and so the Sapphire Reserve card, as part of its benefits, tends to cover most of those things, and so there's not like a huge reason for us to get travel insurance. Tiffany says, I always have a toiletry kit packed for emergencies. You never know when you need to travel, like tomorrow, so yeah, it's good to have packed. Seth says he keeps a kit packed as well. Brandon says no Claritin in Japan. That is disappointing. It is disappointing. And Mark from Walter's World, welcome. He says dress clothes. Used to have Yellow Productions t-shirts all day, every day. It's funny you say that, Mark, because you've got, you know, a dress shirt right there. And yes, every once in a while, I do have to wear one of those. I should have brought out some of my Yellow Productions polo shirts, because I've had like embroidered Yellow Productions polo shirts made, so that if I'm also like when I go to the California Travel Conference or in a more professional setting, then yes, I will dress up at a collar, but I need to stay on brand. That's definitely key. And Amy says, hi Mark, my 2 favorite travel guys in the house. And Grant says, hey Mark as well. Grant says, how often do you travel now? Yeah, about that 2 times a month, maybe even 3 times a month. It depends on the particular month. It depends how much work travel I have, leisure travel that I have. This month is probably going to be a, 4 trip a month, because we did the Disney cruise this month too. And I had a couple like little trips to places, but December is going to be not much of a travel month. I think January probably won't either. Okay, so now I want to share with you just some packing theory, and then I will do final Q&A and the Yellow Productions cruise shirt giveaway. So packing theory number 1 is, as you're laying out all your stuff to pack it, like I started in the beginning, is to check the weather where you're going. And I don't mean like check it 6 months out on a place that talks about average weather or what it should be. I mean like check it a week before you pack what you think, lay it out, and then, the night before or the day before you put all the stuff in your suitcase, go check the weather again, because it's amazing how quickly the weather can change, and you're like, oh, it was supposed to be 70 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny, and now there's a snowstorm coming, and so then you might need to pack different things. I find winter is the hardest time to travel, because you have to bring the most heavy things, the like bulky things, and so layers, lots of layers. For me, this yellow jacket and this yellow jacket are layers. This one goes underneath, this one goes on top, and then all of a sudden I can be pretty warm. In summer, quick dry clothes can be pretty useful. Oh, let me take this comment away.
First, I want to show you some other cool things that are up here. There is a
wrong button that I can't see when it's over there. All right, but I did get the comment away, so that's good. In the summer, consider quick dry clothes so that if you sweat a lot in them, they dry quickly. Pants that convert to shorts. When I go to Bangkok or Singapore, I'll often have those. If I need to go in a temple, I've got the pants that I can zip on, or I can zip off the shorts. If you're going to the beach in the summer, make sure you bring some sandals, because you might see people that live in Southern California go barefoot all the time, but if you're from Kansas and you don't go barefoot all the time, the beach sand can be really hot. Southern California and Hawaii, all those places, especially if you gotta walk a long way to a beach, so bring yourself a pair of sandals. Packing theory tip number 2 is plan what you pack day by day. Think about what you're going to wear. This day I'm going to wear this day I'm going to wear this. I need this many pair of underwear. I need this many pair of socks. I need this many pair of things. Some people like to have a checklist. There are plenty of vloggers and bloggers online that have put together their recommended checklists. I'll tell you, my checklist is all up here because I've just done it so much I can look at it and be like, yep, that is all of what I need. How many days are you going? Are you going to do laundry? Whether you're going to do laundry or not, you can pack a lot less if you're going to do laundry. Can you buy some necessities there? If it gets cold, maybe you don't bring a jacket and you just buy a jacket when you get there. Or when we go to Japan, we almost never bring an umbrella because the umbrellas in Japan are like 500 yen at 7-Eleven, and they're better than the ones we would pack with us. And so in Japan, we generally just get umbrellas when we get to Japan. What mode of transportation will you be taking? If you're in a car, you can have certain stuff. If you're in a train, you might need different things. Are you staying in one hotel or many hotels? If you're in one hotel, then it's easy to unpack and put it in drawers and things like that. But if you're in lots of different hotels, then you might want to think about packing differently. Again, the style that I talked about, where maybe you have packing cubes for each day, because that'll help you if you're in multiple hotels, pack and unpack. In the chat, I see Mark said, Happy Thanksgiving. Mark, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. Yes, Thanksgiving is coming up in just a few days here in the USA, where we celebrate by having many people have a Thanksgiving turkey. What are we having in the Yellow Productions household? We are going to go have Thanksgiving Peking duck. That's right. So we'll be happy to tell you how this is. Okay, I'm going to push the right button to remove the comment as well. I'm curious, anybody else in the chat having something interesting for Thanksgiving other than a turkey? If you are, shout it out, and we'll talk about those as I go through the last couple of packing theory tips. All right, the third packing theory tip is leave some extra room in your suitcase for souvenirs. Chances are you're going to buy some things, whether they're snow globes or whether they're a beer stein or whether it's a cuckoo clock. Okay, the cuckoo clock might be hard for you to put in your suitcase, but if you're gonna go to Germany and you're gonna buy a cuckoo clock, make sure you have space to actually bring that cuckoo clock back. Maybe think about bringing things you can throw away as you go. You might bring your socks that are end of life or your underwear that's end of life. So as you go, you can just go ahead and toss that stuff out. Packing theory number 4, don't pack too many things just in case, because then you can't carry it on, then you can't fit in your suitcase, then you need 3 suitcases because everything's just in case. The one thing you might want to pack just in case is an umbrella. I feel like if you pack your umbrella, it'll keep the rain away. The trip you don't pack your umbrella is the day that it's a torrential rain out. Packing theory number 5 is bring extra plastic bags. I didn't show them in here, but when we went on the Disney cruise, we brought a plastic bag for our dirty clothes, and we also brought extra plastic bags for food. So like from the buffet or something like that, we want some cookies and to eat that later in the room, then we've got some plastic bags that we can put food or things like that in. And I find that like hotels almost always used to have plastic bags for laundry in the closet, but more and more now I'm going to hotels that there are no bags for laundry, and I'm sure I could call to get one to put my dirty laundry in, but then that's just another step, takes more time. I'd rather not be waiting around for housekeeping to come. Packing theory number 6 is do something so that your suitcase stands out, whether it's buying something like this level 8 suitcase that you don't see that many in yellow, or whether it's putting a sticker on it or ribbon on it, do something not so that you can find it, but so that other people don't mistake your suitcase for theirs. And a lot of people think about this when they're like at baggage claim or when they're getting off the plane, but I saw it recently like getting off the shuttle bus at an airport. You know, like you put your bags up on the shuttle bus, and on that rack someone took someone else's bag. Again, I don't think it was intentionally. I don't think they meant to steal it. The two bags looked alike. They took one. Later, they're going to figure out it wasn't theirs. The person at the last stop took it and was like, this doesn't exactly look like mine, because somebody else took theirs. And my 7th packing theory tip, and this is one that gets a lot of people, when you're leaving your destination, make sure you don't have any fruit. Like bananas can be the scourge of travelers. Like, you have no idea how big of a deal bringing a banana into Japan can be, or Hawaii, or things like that. So make sure you have rid all of your carry-on, check-in, this and that of any fruit. And there's meat products, reptiles, those sorts of things, but I feel like fruit is the one that people rarely think about. All right, let's go ahead and take some more comments as I push this button.
Fellow explorers, it is now Q&A time. If you've got a question, I've got an answer.
All right, it is Q&A time, and let's see if we heard any interesting turkeys first. Tampa Travel says they're going to be eating a tofurkey. All right. SoCal says my tradition is bourbon, so I can handle the relatives. All right, that's a great tradition. All right, apparently we don't have a lot of Thanksgiving lovers in the house, so only 2 people have an interesting tradition other than turkey. And EJS, if I went to check out the F1 in Vegas, I did not want to pay the crazy expensive prices, so no, I did not check out F1 in Vegas. I will be in Vegas to check out the opening of the Fountain Blue, so I'm looking forward to that, newest hotel in Vegas. Andrew says definitely always a mini umbrella and 1 or 2 Ziploc and plastic shopping bags. And SoCal Seth says, I picked up a cheap laundry bag on Amazon that says, wash me. That's pretty fun. James is having an interesting Thanksgiving tradition, Jollibee and sushi this year. All right, James, that sounds pretty interesting. Janelle says, I also bring a plastic bag for my laundry. Jake says, mini umbrella, too much hard space. I just take my lightweight marathon jacket with hoodie that doesn't break as easily. I mean, I bring the raincoat too, but boy, if it's going to be raining a lot, like Singapore in a downpour, that doesn't help. EJ says my wife uses very colorful ribbons. Dakota says always a bandana. And EJ loves Jollibee. Andrew says, what's the strangest thing you've ever had confiscated by the TSA? I think the only thing I've had confiscated, I personally have had confiscated by airport security, is my little nail nippers that I showed you. Yeah, my mom has had like some like perfume caught, you know, like her perfume bottle was like a little too big, or it wasn't labeled as to how big it was. But I have not had to throw anything out. And Seth says he loves Thanksgiving and just not the relatives in his defense. Seth, all right, good for you. And Dakota is going to be having everything for Thanksgiving. All right, well, that's a way to do it. Go ahead and have everything. Ricardo is going to Hawaii in January. Greetings from Brazil. Love your channel. Thank you very much, Ricardo. I appreciate it. And let's see. I see some more chats over here that for some reason they're not pulling up. They're not pulling up on my screen to read this way. So I'm gonna bring them up this way. All right. Hold one moment, please. Go live. This one, the ultimate guide to packing your suitcase. All right. Janelle says, Thanksgiving here in Canada was over a month ago. We always have a chicken, never had a turkey. Here, we're going to take this chat off since I'm just going to go ahead and read through them at this point. Jake says, a few plastic grocery bags, never hurt either. Derek is heading to Peru. Let's see. You asked if I pay for Clear or TSA PreCheck or any other service like that. We have Global Entry, and we also have PreCheck, which comes with Global Entry. We do not pay for Clear. Darkson says, what's your most essential thing to travel with if you weren't a content creator that would be necessary for all of your travels? I mean, I even think even without a content creator, I feel like my travel bag right here, my PackSafe, MetroSafe travel bag, because it's just with me all the time and it's useful for putting stuff in. I take this when I'm out as a dad for the day, and let's see, I might have it in here right now. You know, this is really great to pack a diaper. This is really great to pack some Skittles in. It's great to have a bib. It's great to have water or water bottles. It's great to have a coupon about free small chips and guacamole. In the back of this bag, I always carry like a bunch of napkins because I never know when I'm in a place like Singapore that there's no napkins at a place you eat. So this is my most essential thing that I travel with. SoCal says, for me, high shoes are a must for travel. All right, high shoes. Very good. I like high shoes, but I don't make them a must per se. And Mike says, I bought one of those PackSafe bags, and I agree, they're dead useful. So many small bags don't have water bottle holders. Right. My favorite thing, well, I got a lot of favorite things about it, but I definitely do like that it has a water bottle holder on this side and a water bottle holder over on this side. Two water bottle holders, so I can have one for me and one for our 3-year-old daughter. You asks for the cloud. What do you pay for uploading your photos and videos? Apple iCloud camera gear, upload to Google Drive. So for my phone, I have an Android phone, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. That Google Photos uploads to Google Photos. I pay for Google Enterprise for the something like 20 terabytes that I have in the cloud. I pay dearly for it, but because I'm also not the only one editing my footage at this point. Yusaku, my editor, he edits the footage, and so he's got to get it, and rather than trading hard drives and things like that in the cloud, we get it that way. So all of my archive footage is in the cloud, the one for my personal photos I think is like $20 a month or something. I don't know how much Google One is. It's not that expensive, but the Google Enterprise for 20 terabytes is up there in the it's like a I don't know. I hesitate to actually say the number now because I'm not sure, but I feel like it's $1,000 plus a year for 20 terabytes or something like that. But it's not just the place that we upload or things like that, but also like my secondary backup. So I keep all the footage here at home on my editing computers here, but then I keep a second copy there. So if there's a fire or something like that, then I've got it there too. All right, let's go ahead and go to the giveaway.
Yes, it's the time you've been waiting for. It's time for the giveaway.
All right, fellow explorers, it is giveaway time. And in every video, I always give away a Yellow Productions Crew shirt that is too far away over there for me to hold up and show you. But my question to you, since this video is sponsored by Level 8 Cases, is what is the model of this suitcase? And go ahead and tell me the color, too. You gotta tell me the model and the color in the chat that you send, and then you will win a Yellow Productions Crew shirt. While I am waiting for answers on that, if you do want to head over to Level 8 Cases and get that 20% off right now through the end of November, head over there. There's a link in the description and use code PREBF20. All right. And I see.
And now we have a winner chicken dinner.
All right, we have a winner, and there were definitely some early guesses. I saw guesses like Peking Duck, Suitcase, Glitter, Voyager, but you know who? You know who is number one winner? Panjo, congratulations. Black Voyager is right. But I'm feeling generous, so we're going to give out two today. We're going to give out a second one to second place. Amy H., congratulations. And you know what? This is since this is sponsored by Level 8 and we've got a few extra dollars for this stream, let's go ahead and make it to 3. So Panjo, Amy, and Brandon, you all win Yellow Productions crew shirts. Thanks to Level 8 for supporting quality content for the 3 of you. Please send me I need those cough drops right now. Please send me an email, link subscription below. Let me know your size and where you want to go. And for the rest of you, it's Vlogmas right now. I'm uploading a new video every day between now and Christmas Day, so be on the lookout for new videos on the daily. Probably no live streams for the next couple of weeks on their regular days, but if I do have one on an odd day, you will all certainly be the first to know if you're signed up for the Yellow Productions email list. And wow, it just got really bright in here. This is the doing it in a different setting. I turned it on like auto brightness and this and that, which does really wacky things. Right, that's the nice part about like having a controlled setup when I'm at my usual SOD is like all of the like brightness and lighting is dialed in, and sometimes the auto brightness isn't great. But I hope you got a lot of great content out of the stream. If you did enjoy it and you haven't given a thumbs up yet, please do so. It really helps me and the YouTube algorithm. And as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be every day now until December 25th. All right, a lot of Chris to watch.